Ok, este huevo. Ah, bueno. Uy, ok. ¿Qué pasa?
Oh.
Vamos por acá. Oh, me muero. Ok. ¿Y esto qué? Uy. Ah, ok, se controla con el mouse. No hago nada con las teclas. Ok. Juya. 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 No, es que no se puede así, chat. Excelente. No. ¿Y esto? Ok.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up.
Crack.
If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
Así. Ok. Ok.
Alright,
Ahora,
thanks
¿cómo
for
subo
coming
aquí?
with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes.
¡Cállate!
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
Ok, entonces puedo hacer esto.
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. And the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real. The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault, as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them. And it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with. And in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world, not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas. For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context. And once the
Yeah.
moment is gone, they transform
falló.
into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
Aquí vamos. Una hora después.
Miren, me recargué en la otra cosita esta. Ok. Ok, no. Ok. Pasé, chat, pasé, ya pasé, ya pasé. Ya me emocioné. Ok, puedo caer hacia el otro lado, o sea que aquí no hay checkpoint. Porque quiero suponer que este es un checkpoint, pero no hay checkpoint en su chat. Entonces, ¿por qué está subiendo una montaña o no sé qué sea esto? Una construcción encima de una montaña con un balde, bueno, un caldero, sí, caldero, un martillo y usando la fuerza de tus brazos. ¿Es un deporte acaso del que no me he enterado? ¿No es más fácil hacer alpinismo con las piernas y las manos? ¿Y vestido? Porque tienes que presumirnos tu gran y cuadrado abdomen, viejo. Ok. Es por aquí, es por aquí, es por aquí. Y aquí. ¿Me puedo subir? No. No inventes, creo que ya entendí. No me puedo caer de aquí, ¿verdad, chat? Ok, esto va bien. Y jalo aquí. Y vuelvo a jalar acá.
Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain.
De hecho,
A
sí
landfill with everything we ever thought of in it.
Okay.
Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
Fuck. Ok, y ahora. Ok. Que doy gracias a este juego que soy la persona más paciente del mundo. Ok, y de aquí hago esto y de acá. Ok.
There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
Ok, bien. Ya había cerrado los ojitos, chat. Pensé que ya me había caído. Hola, niño. No.
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration,
perdido,
a
cállate.
real punch in the gut.
No, por favor. Uy. Chat, fuck. ¿Qué estoy haciendo con mi vida? ¿Qué estoy haciendo jugando esto? ¿Por qué estoy jugando este chat? ¿Alguien me puede recordar? Claro, quiero entretener y el niño quería probar el juego para ver cómo era el juego.
2 horas después.
Es que de ahí ya no puedo subir, entonces quiero suponer que es de aquí. Ay.
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill,
Me da miedo
filed
que
in
me
with the
piches.
bland things?
Ah, me estás molestando, ¿verdad? Ok, a ver, voy a intentar subir chat a esa cosa, pero no creo que se pueda.
Oof, sorry about that.
Hijo de tu madre.
Algunos centímetros más tarde.
Oh, oh, ok, ok, ok. Ok, mismo truco. Thor. Oh. No, 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 sí. ¿Y ahora qué? Ok, amigo, sí, tú el que creaste este juego, tienes serios problemas. Ok. No, no, bajemos aquí. Ni más. ¿Se imagina la fuerza física que tienes que tener para levantarte a ti mismo? No, fuck, 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 fuck. Yo todavía...
Oh, it happened again.
Oh, ¿qué
Keep on
pasó?
trying, don't let it get to you.
Hmm. Ah, creo que no puedo subir al chat. Sí, porque directamente no me deja. Ok, no. ¿Qué tan difícil hubiera sido dejar esto así de... Ay, ya no puedo pasar ahora. ¿Qué hice? Ah, ya. Creador, ¿qué te hubiera costado hacer eso? Uff. Perfecto. Otra vez yo empecé a dar vueltas.
Unos momentos después.
¿Puedo? No puedo, chat.
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying
No,
down.
no quiero caer.
Mary
Gracias.
Pickford.
Vete al cuerno. Vete al cuerno.
3 horas después.
Puedes hacerlo de una vez. Se me terminaron los carteles.
Ok. ¿Así? Ok. Eso. Ok, yo creo que por aquí lo voy a estar dejando porque no sé cómo subir esto aquí. Ok. Ok, hasta aquí lo voy a dejar.